What is going on, guys? You're watching Mike, the musical vegan beast. And I got some special treats for you today and the rest of this week. So, as you can see right here, I got myself an electric bike rear hub motor. This is off my first bike that I ever got. And as you can see, my bike over here, the one that I currently ride, it's out of commission again. You want to know why? Because I hit this the steep, sharp piece of pavement, and it just led to a really big gash. It's over 1/4 inch. I mean, essentially, if you get a gash that big, you might as well just say the tire is dead. You might as well just discard the tube at that point. But luckily, I did order some heavy-duty tires this time, and I'm just waiting in the mail for them to come because unless I had a unicycle, I can't ride this thing. So I gotta wait till tomorrow to get those heavy-duty tires. And fingers crossed that it actually lasts, because as for some of you guys that follow my channel regularly, I just don't have the best luck with getting flats, even when I'm riding in bike lanes or even sidewalks. And I was on a sidewalk. Can you believe that? But I digress. Anyway, I'm off the soapbox for now. So I got a few videos planned for you guys in regards to electric bikes, and specifically electric bikes that have a rear hub motor. And the reason why it's going to be a few videos is because there are some key differences between electric bike hub motors. They're not all the same. They do have some distinct differences, such as the placement of exterior parts like a cassette, or the placement of the motor cable cord, as you can see right here. They're not all the same, so I figure we'll divide them up in their own separate videos. That way I can show you not only how to do basic maintenance for an e-bike hub motor, regardless of the one that you got, but also how to remove or even change out certain components that are attached to them. And if not the motor itself, attached to the cover, the exterior, the rear rim, etc., yada, yada, yada. Cue the Seinfeld meme already.
I'm on 3rd Avenue, minding my own business, and yada, yada, yada. I get a free massage and a facial.
Wow. What a succinct story.
But before we get into today's video, if you want to help your boy out, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing that taco bell. That way you get notified the next time I upload. As you guys may know, we're on the road to monetizing the channel, so any and every bit of support is greatly appreciated. So if you want to see all those videos and more, be sure to stick around. Now there are two main rear hub motors that we want to consider. The first one has the freewheel, otherwise known as the cassette, on the same side as the cover itself. Now it is optional to remove this, but in some cases you might have to remove it in order to remove the cover. But for argument's sake right now, let's just assume you don't need to remove this. So this particular motor I don't have to remove the freewheel in order to pop open the motor. So we'll just leave it at that for right now. And as far as our tools, the main one that you're going to need in order to open up the motor cover itself is a T20 Torx wrench. That's what this bad boy is. And the reason why you need this particular one is because the motor cover is being held by Torx screws. Those are the star-shaped screws. And these particular ones, they have a pin in the very center of it. And with the T20 Torx wrench, the reason why you need this is because it's got an open slot. Let's see if you guys can see it if I zoom in a little bit. It's got a slot right in the middle, so that's what's going to allow you to remove the screws. Once you remove the Torx screws, the next thing you'll need is a mallet or a hammer. And the last tools that you may or may not need, you need a set of pliers. And depending on what kind of work that you need to do, you'll also need some bike grease. And with that out of the way, let's get right into it. All right, guys, we got our tools right here. We got the motor, and I know I didn't show you how to remove a wheel in this particular video, but I did save that for a separate video, which is already out. It's called How to Change/Repair Bike Tires. You can refer to it in this time card right here. And if you didn't already see that video, go watch that first, then come back here, and then we'll proceed to this step. First up, we got our Torx wrench right here, and we're just going to start unscrewing away. All right, those are the screws. They are removed, and we're going to put them right over here. That way we don't lose them. And for the next step, we're going to use our mallet. And what we want to do is we're going to bang it on the tip of the rear axle on this side. Now on this side, this is where you would have your brake rotor, as you can see by the 6 screws here. But before I do that, let me just remove this real quick. And we're just going to bang away. And just like that, that pops open the cover. And then we can remove it just like that. So depending on how many miles you put on your bike on a regular basis or over a long period of time, you might start hearing stalling noises. They kind of sound like a screeching, like a scratching, crunching sort of sound. And you might even smell burning. And if you do, that's because either the planetary gears, that's what these white gears are right here, or the clutch itself, the clutch is right here, which holds the planetary gears, might need to be changed out. So for this step, I'm going to show you guys how to remove the clutch. So what you'll do is you need your pliers. You're just going to get a nice grip right on the clutch itself, in between the gears. And then we're going to use our mallet, and we're going to do the same thing where we just hit it until it comes off just like that. Now, if you take good care of your clutch and gears, you probably won't need to replace this for at least a few years, probably like 3 to 5 or so. But you might notice these gears look pretty dry. And one thing you'll need to do is you want to keep these gears greased. What I like to do too is also grease the interior gear that's right inside the cover. That way it gives a nice distribution of grease. The grease is what allows the gears to keep spinning properly, and that keeps your clutch healthy. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So I got myself a butter knife. You could also use a paintbrush or a spoon or some kind of other method. That way you can apply the grease on the gears. And of course, we got our grease. Doesn't matter what color it is, it all does the same thing. So just pretend this is like buttering a croissant. So essentially we want to take a good amount of grease and just butter away. And don't be afraid to put on too much grease. I mean, unless you put the whole freaking can on the gears itself, then you got nothing to worry about. Just pretend we're buttering some corn. You know, the big lump of knobs that has the juice. It has the juice. And there we go. Some nice greasy gears. And like I said before, we're going to grease the interior right here. That way we got a steady supply of grease, so you can never be too safe. I'm going to put a little less on here because our regular gears are nice and buttered up. Alright, that should have enough grease right in there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put the clutch back on. And this is assuming whether or not you had to change out your clutch, like get a new one, or if you just needed to grease the gears. Because this clutch is still in good shape. I mean, I only used this bike for like a few months, so the clutch itself is perfectly fine, but it did need some grease. So we're going to put this clutch back on here, and then I'm just going to show you the rest of the steps to put it back in. Now, if we zoom in to the very center, you might notice a small indent in the very middle, right about there. You can probably see it. So that piece has to slide right through the silver piece, right on the rear axle right here. Now, this piece can come off, so you don't want to lose that piece. If you do, the clutch won't stay in place. So make sure you keep track of this piece if it falls out. Alright, we got our pliers holding the clutch. Make sure that slot goes right on that silver piece. Just like this. And it's back on. Now, I know I didn't go over the electric components inside the center of the motor itself. I'm not particularly experienced with this stuff, so you might want to consult a professional with that. But everything that we covered up to this point, basically anyone can do it. If I can do it, so can you. Now that we got those steps done, what we gotta do is just stick it back in. And that's what she said.
That's what she said!
Just like that. And then just line up the cover with the slots. That way we can stick the screws back in. And the last screw is on, and just like that, good to go. That's a wrap on today's video. If you enjoy my content, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not yet done so, and ringing that taco bell, that way you get notified the next time I upload. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to do a lickety split to that like button, and leaving some corn down in the comments. And if you're interested, you can check out my Linktree, where you can find my email address if you need to reach out to me in private, and there's free resources to help you and your family and friends go vegan, or just anybody that needs that extra nudge. You'll also find my affiliate link with Stash if you're looking for a mobile bank that provides tools to invest in your retirement and the stock market, all for a small subscription fee. And by using my affiliate link, you'll get a free $20 stonk of your choice. If you want to show further appreciation for my work in the form of moolah, you could throw your boy a vegan bone on Patreon, Cash App, or buy me a coffee among other methods. And I don't know, you might find something else interesting over there. And last but certainly not least, a quick shout out to my regular subscribers and viewers. They like my videos, core in the comments, and all those good things and stuff, so I can keep making those vegan and algorithm gains. I love you guys and appreciate your continued support of my channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Bring me some soup!
What kind?
Chicken! I love tacos, especially on a corn tortilla! Oh, I love tacos on a corn tortilla! You're gonna go through this door because you, sir, are out of here!